This morning, Southern California is facing new threats of mudslides and toxic ash as rain finally falls in parts of the Los Angeles area.
That rain is making an impact on the firefight as firefighters have remained on the front lines for weeks now, battling those massive fires that have scorched tens of thousands of acres. Meteorologist George Waldenberger back from vacation this morning and joins us to continue the conversation. So George, flood watches are in effect for burn areas right now. Explain why a flood watch was issued and how much more rain California could see.
Okay, so thankfully most of the rain is behind us in Southern California. The flood watch, though, still in effect this morning as heavy rains may contribute to mudslides and flash floodings in some of the canyon areas. Here's the setup, and I have the ridging pattern that's impacting us, our weather so quiet. You can see it's still firmly in place, but then toward the base of it, the winds kind of flow around that low near Los Angeles. So there was a storm that kind of dove right through the ridge, and it went right for Los Angeles. This is what brought the rain, and they even have mountain snow as well. So taking a closer look, you can see the circulation, the counterclockwise flow. There is still some rain over South California, the Southland, you could say, over towards San Diego, and then upper level snows as well. So far, rainfall totals around Los Angeles from this system between 1/4 and 1/2 inch. There were even some 1-inch rainfall totals, which is all welcome news. But remember, in California, there are a lot of mountains and valleys, and when you get that rain too fast, flash flooding in the canyons can be a big problem. Unfortunately, a lot of these valleys had been burned, and burn scars are specifically prone to mudslides because you don't have the plants and the root systems alive to anchor the soil in place anymore. So that soil can just wash right down the hills. So the flood watch is in effect through the morning through 10 a.m. It includes areas north of the valley, so Santa Clarita, all the way up toward the highlands as you approach Lancaster and Lake Los Angeles. So it's north of Los Angeles where we have this lingering flood watch. Otherwise, on top of this, we have winter storm systems, and we have maybe 4 inches of snow that has fallen. And we have lingering winter weather advisories, and that includes a winter storm warning for parts of the East LA areas into the mountains here, and that will continue as the mountain snow continues there. So as far as future rainfall, we have anywhere between a few hundredths to a 1/10 of an inch of rain possible. Most of that heavy rain will be east of Los Angeles, over toward the Inland Empire, and also areas around San Diego and such. So most of the heavy rain is behind, and we're still watching for a few areas, though, to see some rainfall, guys.
George, we mentioned that rain is a welcome sign, or it was a welcome sign, but also we know mudslides and toxic ash are major concerns right now due to the rain. So tell us about these threats and what exactly is toxic ash?
I know, doesn't that sound like yet another problem we have to deal with? Toxic ash? Well, think about it. We have a lot of homes that have been burned in the fires, vehicles as well, even electronics, and some of the harmful substances, the substances that you obviously don't want to breathe in related to these materials, will get vaporized and will flow away with the smoke, but some will not. And what is deposited into the ash that kind of is left behind, once you get the rains, that washes everything down. And so those mud flows may actually contain things like asbestos, lead, and arsenic, and that could be present in mudslides and floodwaters. And so it's just another problem. And as we were saying, burned areas are more prone to mudslides. Without the plants kind of anchoring those slopes in place, the mud will flow much more freely. And even in Southern California, there are some plants that after being burned, they leave behind kind of a waxy residue, and that inhibits the soil's ability to take in water, so the water just flows down the hill. So it's just another problem that goes along with wildfires in Southern California, mudslides when the rains finally do arrive.
It's just another hit that they're dealing with, George. I know that you showed us the future cast for that region for the next couple of days. Any insight that you're getting yet about the upcoming weekend in Southern California?
Yeah, good question. Okay, so the thing is, the futurecast that I showed you, that's really the next couple of days. After this storm system exits, that's going to be about it for rain. Now, if you look at the top of your screen, we're about to get active here in Seattle. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we should get some rain. We need the rain here. Maybe even, we'll even get mountain snow. We could even get some lowland snowflakes by this weekend in Seattle. But notice how the rain was really confined to Northern California and the Pacific Northwest. So Southern California is looking dry after this system passes. But the good news here, guys, is that the winds aren't forecast at this point to get dramatically stronger. It's a little breezy today, and it will be breezy again tomorrow in Southern California, but no more pushes of the big, strong Santa Ana winds through the week ahead. Our fire danger right now is looking low through the week and into the upcoming weekend, so that should allow firefighters some more opportunity and just better fire conditions altogether in Southern California.
They definitely could use the break and relief, George. Thanks so much.
Yes.
And stay warm out there. I know our temps are pretty cold this morning.
Yeah, it's cold, yeah.
Yeah, oh my goodness, from red flag Santa Ana wind warnings to
gosh.
storm watches. I mean, they just can't get a break down there.
Yeah.